All right, guys, you are welcome to our data analysis project session. And in this session, we are going to be looking at how to develop dynamic dashboard using Microsoft Excel. Here is our guided project, Astroidegita Store Data Analysis. The objective of this project aims to create an annual sales report for 2022 and 2023 to help executives understand their retailers and boost sales in 2024. The report should highlight the following. The KPIs are the total sales, units sold, average price, and any other KPIs needed that you think might help the executives. Then here are the business questions. You are asked to compare sales by region, analyze sales by retailers, evaluate sales by products, present vendor tables with relevant visuals, identify the best performing states by sales, break down sales and operating margin by quarter. The dashboard must be dynamic to meet the CEO's expectations within a single page, allowing for easy navigation and interpretation of the data. So this is the task that has been given to us. Let's see how we are going to solve this task. Here is the data set that we are going to be working with. Looking at this data as it is clean. The data is already cleaned and it seems okay. The first thing you need to do is, if you have data set like this, you need to transform it to a table if it hasn't been transformed. And to do that, you simply control A and press Control T. That will transform the table from Excel range to a table. As it is now, it is currently in a table. So this is the data set that we are working with. We can see from here that we have about how many columns and headers, how many rows. We have about, to inspect the rows, what we can do is just say Control Shift down, Control Shift down. We have about 9,651 rows. This is a little bit much, right? And then it range our columns. We have these columns here. It ranges for how many number of columns? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. About 12 columns. So this is our data sheet. You can go ahead and rename this sheet. Let's say you can call it analysis. You can call it analysis, right? Why am I doing this? Is just to make my analysis to be in order, for orderliness, for seamless analysis. So, and I have my dashboard sheet. Going back to this place, what am I going to be using? We are going to be using our pivot table. We are going to be using pivot table for this. We are using pivot table for this. And how do we insert our pivot table? You come to your insert tab. Here you will see pivot table, and you have what? From table or range, from external data sources, from Power BI. I'm using from table and what and range. As you can see, Excel has picked that. Where am I loading it to? Is it a new worksheet or existing worksheet? I want to load it to an existing worksheet. So here, where is the worksheet? Here, and let's see, I'm loading it here. Press OK. Then you have your pivot table activated. So having activated your pivot table, you're already familiar with this. There's no need to play around the bush. The first task given to us, let's go back to our question, is we are tasked towards, they want to see these KPIs, about 5 KPIs. So data says unit sold, average price, and any other KPIs in it. Going back to Excel, for the first question now, the total units sold, right? All we can do is to bring our total sales into what? Into values. So we bring our data sales into values. And from here, we can see our what? Our total sales. Now, there is a rule of thumb that says that each of these pivot table, now it is telling us pivot table 1. I will advise you that you should give your pivot table a what? A name that reflects whatever it is what it is saying. What can we also do here? You can name this one KPIs, since we are dealing with KPIs. Since we are dealing with KPIs, right? This has been renamed towards to KPIs. We are interested in seeing the words, the units sold, the total units sold. What we can do again is drag this and drop here. And here we have the total units sold. And we are also interested in seeing the words, the average price, isn't it? The average price. And to do this, all you need to do is where is the average? Where is the price? Look for the price per unit. You drop it here, and then we have the sum of the price per unit. This is not what we are looking for. We want to see the average. The average. So you highlight this one, click on this sum sales of unit price and what? Value feed settings. Go to value feed settings and you have another pop-up box. And what are you naming this now? You are looking for the average, right? Yes. If you're interested in seeing the total units sold, you use count and see which relates what is related to the total number of rows that we have. That is the total units sold. You get. Let's go back. We are interested in seeing the words. If you want to know the maximum units sold, the highest price is $1.1. And here, let's say the average, and we can see the average is 0.42, $0.45. All right. What else again? Total operating profit. What are we asked to do again? It's okay. Any other related KPIs. Let us see the total operating profit. How do we get that? We have it here, and let's put it somewhere there. Total operating profit here. So here is our total operating profit. So I think we are done with this first part here. Going back to Excel, okay. sugar. So this now, we've named this table to be the KPI, right? So we can copy this, Control C, and say Control V. Now, let's rename this. Go to design, pivot table, and we have now pivot table 2. So let's take all of these out. Right? Good. What else are we asked to do again? The next task is now the business questions. The first business question says we should compare sales by region, right? I want to see the sales by region, sales by region. So can we see, do we have region here? Okay, we have the region, and we are interested in the words, in the sales. So this is the breakdown of sales by region, right? Okay, then we can rename this to be what? Let's rename this pivot table to what now? Sales by region. Sales by region. Now, good. But we haven't answered the question as it is. The question, the task says what? The aims, the aim of the store is to create an annual sales report for 2022 and 2023 to help executives understand their retailers and boost sales in 2024, right? So going back to this place, what we need to do is we need to add the year breakdown for us to see the breakdown by year. In order to do this, all we need to do here is just come back to this place. Here you have the invoice dates, which represent our year. All you need to do is drop it here, right? You drop it there, or you bring it so here we are removing quarter, invoice dates, invoice month. So we are left with the year breakdown. Let's bring it back here now, the way it is. Now, until we bring it down, all of these we've explored during during the introduction to Power BI, right? So to properly format this, what we need to do is, it is not looking too good the way as it is now. I will go to pivot table design, to design, and we will say what? Report layout. We will change it to what? Is in compact. Let's change it to what? To tabular form. No, is it a tabular form? Okay, we have it in outline, the outline form now. So yes, we are not repeating all items. The way it is good. The way it is, or better still, filter, no. Yes, okay, let's bring it here. We have it this way. You can see it. Then I think it is good. let us off grand total. We are not interested in the words in the grand total. To off the grand total, you need to come to grand total of grand total. We can off grand total for rows only now. Let's off for columns only. It is good the way it is now. Now that is this. So we've just answered these words, these questions. The question that says what is the breakdown of what compare sales by region over the years? And the interpretation for this is that we can see that the Midwest region has sales. Now, another thing we can do is we can always filter from words from A to Z, or let's filter sort from largest to smallest. Now, sorting from largest to smallest, we see that the Western region has the highest sales, Another thing we can do here is let us add another column and let's call it variance. And what I will do basically here is this. I will say equals to this and press enter. So I can expand this, and I'm simply repeating all the values there and bring it down to this place, right? And okay, so what am I doing is that I can give this one a name, and what name I can rename this by simply going towards table design. These regions here, I will say okay, let me rename it here. I will call this one region, then this will be 2022. Let's make it dynamic and Control R to fill. Then I will give this one as region. Okay. So we can what else can we do here? So really best. Let's see. Can we just simply off okay. Okay, there's no blank. All right. So let's look for the variance now. What is the variance? Because they are trying to compare the sales 2022 and 2023 sales. Well, we can simply use the variance. The variance is just the difference between the 2 years. So we call this one variance, which is simply, and we can say, instead of using variance itself, we can bring the what's it called here now? Percentage change. Okay, the variance will now be simply this minus this. Saying this minus this, and that is our variance, right? So this is our variance, and we can decide to have it in percentage. Control Z. All right, so this is the what? This is the variance. Going further, what else are we asked to do? We are being asked to what? Analyze sales by retailers. We are asked to analyze sales by retailers. And how do we do this? It's simply the same thing. Let's copy this, Control C, come here and Control V. And let's get rid of all of this. And let's rename this to be what? Sales by retailers, right? Now, what do we do here? All we need to do is to bring in what? The retailers. We have them here, right? We have them, and the next thing we do here is to bring what? The values, the sales. We need to bring in the total sales for each of the year. The total sales, we can see the sales across the various retailers, as you can see from here. So the next thing we do is to simply what? Bring in the year, region, the year, that will be invoice dates. Still this place, and we are interested in the words in the year. We remove invoice dates and we remove month, and then we will go to design and report layout to be, let's open this. Okay. What we do is to, let's use tabular form. No, the tabular form, do not repeat, item ID, grand totals. Let's opt for rows. We don't want to see grand totals. Now we've seen the breakdown, order by year. Okay, we've seen this is the breakdown by year, right? Control Z. What we can do is we simply say the same thing we did there. This will be this, and press enter. Then you Control R. Control D. So we can easily get rid of this, get rid of this, get rid of this, and get rid of this. Is it making sense? Still, what do we do here? Okay, let's bring our, okay. I think it's okay this way. It's okay this way, right? And we've seen the breakdown. Let us bring in the breakdown by retailers. Evaluate sales by products. And to do this, we do the same thing here. Control C, comment and Control V. And let's get rid of all of those. And let's rename this as usual. Sales by what now? Sales by products. Sales by products. I will show you in a bit. You will see the beauty of renaming our pivot table. All we need to do is to bring our products in. These are all the products. And we want to see the sales. Let's bring the invoice date. And we're dealing with year. And we are bringing sales by products. Oh, good. Here we go. This is the sales by product. And let us format this by sorting from, or better still, okay, we more option. We are sorting from what? Largest to smallest, and press OK. All right. It has just been sorted from largest to smallest. Another thing we can do to see them properly is to format this, add this to it. All right. So we can properly see the figures. And likewise, let's do the same thing here. Yeah. Let's have the same thing for this as well. Right. Thank God. Then it's sold. Then these we need to reduce. Yeah, can reduce this and add control 1 and currency dollar, right? Okay, it is making sense. Let me get rid of this, right? For now, let's get rid of this for now. So this won't distract. Right, good. We are good to go. Now we can see the breakdown of units. The most for 2022, we have carbs. I think same thing for 2023. Okay. Right. The next question says, present vendors table with relevant visuals. And we are being asked to identify the best performing states by sales and break down sales and operating margin. Let us work on this. Okay, present vendor tables with relevant visuals. All right, so we do that when we are designing our dashboard. When we are designing our dashboard, we are going to fix this. Identify the best performing states by sales. All right, state by sales. Let us copy these again, Control C and Control V. And what we need to do is instead of products here, let's bring our sales, our states. And okay. First of all, so let me remove this. We need to check something. Okay, here are the states, right? Here are the states. These are all the states. And what we can do here is we can do something so interesting. What can we do here? Now, let me bring this back. Let me bring this back and let me interpret this for you to understand what is actually happening. Let's bring ID. And we are interested in the, okay. The interpretation for this is this. All these places that we are not having anything, it shows that in 2022, probably we don't have vendor. We don't have vendor or retailer in Alabama. Due to this, all these places where you don't have data, it is pointing to something. Okay, let us filter this out. Let's go to state. Okay, it has been filtered. Control Z, Control Z. Let's see something here. Let's select all and Alabama. You can see that in 2022, we don't have vendors in what? In Alabama. So that is the meaning of this. Let's check for Alaska. I think in 2022 too, so we don't have in that region. Okay, let us see something. Let's bring region. Can we have it this way? Region. Okay, let's filter by region. Let's see the state in each of the region. In the Midwest states, these are the states in the Midwest states. Minnesota, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska. So these are the states in the Western region, in the Midwest state. Let's go to Northeast. Let's see our vendors. Can you see? Now, what is simply telling us that in 2022, the business has expanded. The business is actually not robust. Let me get rid of what can I do here? This filter. Okay. After interested in 2022. Okay. Then back here in region. Okay, good. This is the region, and let's bring for all region now. States, all states. Let's do all region. These are the region. Let's get rid of region. And we have states. Are these all the states? All right, good. So what this is simply saying is that the business has expanded. The business has expanded over time. So there's an expansion that has took place where they don't have what vendors or retailers. So they've gotten more retailers from those states going forward in 2023. So there is a serious expansion in the business. So that is the breakdown. This is too long. We can do something interesting here. Let us filter this place. I want to narrow it down using top. Let's do for top 10. And to do this, all we need to do is just to say, we want to filter using what? By top 10 items is the sum of totals or items. Okay, let's leave it as item and press OK. Now, we've narrowed it down to top 10 performing what state. Let us filter to see it properly. Sort more options, largest to smallest. Okay. 2023 sort more option, largest to smallest. All right. Or cancel. Or can we sort from states? Sum of total sales. Okay. So here are the performing states, 10 performing states, right? Yeah, we have the 10 performing states. So this is how you can filter. So we've narrowed it down. Where we don't have data, they are just telling us that there are no vendors in those places. So that is why we are having all of those empty spaces going forward. And lastly, they said we should get the breakdown sales and operating margin by quarter. We should break down the sales by what? Break down sales and operating margin by quarter. To do this, let's copy this. And I will say what? Control C, Control V, and as usual, we need to rename. Can you see that it is now becoming so, our analysis is becoming so what? So robust. So that is the power of pivot table. It helps us to summarize large data sets, and let's clear all of those and rename this to be our sales by what now? By operating margin, sales and operating margin. Okay, good. So what are we doing here? What are we bringing here? We are to bring in our rows, we bring the years, right? Yes. Then what do we want to see? We are interested in seeing the words, the quarter and the years. We can expand this, right? Great. And the next thing we do is to bring into our values. We bring total sales, total sales, and the average operating margin. So, what is our operating margin? We have average operating margin, then we take average price. Okay. So that's the average operating margin. Looking at this, we don't want to see the subtotal. We go to design and do not show subtotal. And I will say what? I want to bring in all of this 2022, press enter, and to 4 down to this state and R and D. Great. Right? So let me bring all this in and this. You can see the breakdown, the operating margin by total. The next thing, have we answered all the questions? Let's cross-check. Yes. They said we should identify the best performing sales by state. We've done that. This one I said we'll do it during the table design. The next thing we have to do here is we've answered all the questions. So the next stage now is to start to design our dashboard. Let me bring this one here. And to do this, now there are principles. Remember the notes that I gave us, that there are principles that is governing what? Dashboard design. Like the wireframe. So you need to understand what you want to visualize. Based on this question, this problem, right? The dashboard must be dynamic to meet the CEO's expectation within a single page. So it shows that our dashboard is going to be an executive summary, because specifically it is demanded that it must be in a single page, allowing for easy navigation and interpretation of data. It shows our what's it called must be dynamic, right? And these are the KPIs. These are the things we want to display. So we need to determine what the executives, the CEO wants to see. He should be interested in sales by region. Should have been bad, right? We've answered that. This is the sales by region. This is the sales by region. Is it necessary? Okay. We determine what and what to put there. He has to see all these KPIs we go, and sales by retailers has to go. He has to see this. It has to be in fact, it has to be in a table. And this question 4, we have to visualize it. So let us design our dashboard. Let's go. Let's start. To design our dashboard, that is what we can do. You can do a sketching. There are principles that governs dashboard design and designing when you are developing your dashboard. When developing a dashboard, either in Excel or generally, here are some rules to follow. You need to keep it simple and concise by words. Avoid clutter and focus on key metrics and words and insights. Use visual hierarchy. Organize elements logically with most important information words prominent. You choose your words, your appropriate visualizations. Select charts and graphs that effectively communicate data insights. All these rules are in our notes that I gave us. Use color effectively, label and annotate, clearly label charts, axes, and data points, and add annotation for context. Make it interactive by using filters, drop-downs, buttons to enable user exploration. Like we did here, these are filter buttons. So we are going to add slicers to it to make it more dynamic. And also, you have to optimize performance, minimize data redundancy, use different formulas, and avoid unnecessary calculation. All our calculations are not too bogus. They are basics. They are the basic things that they need to be to be seen. So we are not doing much of calculations, as you can see. So you have to keep it in mind. Another thing is we test our dashboard and document and maintain. Keep a record of data sources, calculations, and updates for future reference. If, for instance, if we are to get more data in later time, if it is being added there, what we can do is we can simply refresh our data points. Let me show you the part of refresh, the power of refresh. Let's come here. Let me add to this. Let's add Westmo with this ID 1185732, and let's say 222, let's say 23, 2023. Northeast, New Hemisphere, Manchester, and the product is, let's say, caps. Let's say caps at 0.41 units sold. Let's say this vendor sold 250. At total price, let's say at 240.7, and what is the operating margin now is 64.8%. 987 and operating profit or operating margin is now 0.25, right? We've added another data. Let's come back to our dashboard there and let us refresh. Simply go to dashboard and you see refresh all. And you watch your what? Data changing. Everything has what? Has changed. How do we know that it has changed? Let us add, what's it called here? More data. Products. Can you see now? A product has been what? Has been added to it. So that is the beauty. So as more data comes in, all you need to do is to come and what? Come and refresh. Load your data and what? And refresh. Once it's refreshed, the dashboard will automatically what? Optimize itself. Right? Good. So those are the things you need to keep in what? To keep in mind. These are the things you need to keep in mind. Then what do we do next is to start developing our what? Our dashboard. Right? So what we need to do, let us expand depending on your preference though, but I will suggest that your KPIs should be at the top. Let it be at the top of your words, of your dashboard. And let us, what color are we giving it? Let's give it a look, a beautiful design. You can pick your color preference based on your preference. Let's pick something. Let me go with this. Right. Let's off. Let me get rid of all these grid lines. Good. And let us design our header, our dashboard header. We go to insert. We bring these what elements here, and let us, can we have it here? Yeah. Can we have it? Do we want outline? Yes. If you don't want outline, you can off it. But let's use outline. Let us use something reflective as our outline. These are the things you can, if you want it to glow, your dashboard to glow. These are the things, elements you can what? You can actually play with, depending. Even this one, we can do same thing, right? Okay. Even this place, let me Control C, Control V, and let's bring it here. And what do we need? You can play with colors depending on your taste or on the company's preference. You can play with color. What else can we do? Yeah. How many? This one is too big for us. This is going to be our title. And we can give it a name. Astroidegita store analysis. So that's the name we are giving it. Here, how can we? Okay, just let's bring. We call it store analysis executive executive dash dashboard, right? So you can, let's format geo based on whatever, bring it to the middle. Can always do this to make it more visible. Oh, that's too big. It's too big. That is too big. Executive dashboard. That's too big. Okay, you can bold it. So you can say even report what figure in US dollar. In dollars. Right. And not bold. Can make this one stand out. Close the width. Right. So store analysis, executive dashboard. Performance dashboard. You can just give it any suitable name analysis. Performance dashboard. So give it a suitable name. You can even go as far as putting, let's say, to make it more interactive. There's a website you can come to. Okay, Flaticon. It's called Flaticon. Yeah. So that's a site, Flaticon, where you can, yeah, okay, you can just search for store icons. Yeah, you can bring in these as various icons you can use. So you can pick from any of these. You can pick. So let's just pick something, color, white color. I need a white color. And it gives me different options. I can open and free download. It's a free download. You can even copy. You can copy this and come back here and let's paste somewhere and reduce all of those. It's here. Yeah. I'll put it somewhere around this place. This has to be in the middle. Yeah. Can even make this one. You have to play with colors, right? Come to format, play with color, can play with color depending on your preference. Can play with color. So these are just what depending on your preference. And another thing we are doing, what are we doing? We have KPIs, right? How many KPIs do we have in our analysis? We have one, we have one, we have two, three, and four KPIs. KPIs that we have, about four of them. So let's go ahead and create our KPIs. Control C, Control V. And what are we doing this time around? We don't need all of this. We delete, and we can format. We can change the edit shape. Let's use something like this. Okay. We have Control C, V, V. How many do we have? We have about 4 KPIs, right? Yes. So we can go ahead. Let's align. To select all of these objects, all you need to do is hold your Shift button while you click on others. And then you come to this place, you say align, align center, distribute horizontally, Control Z, 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 Z. This, align right, distribute horizontally, and you have it like this. How many do we have? Okay. So group, I'm not grouping. So align to the top. All right, we've aligned them. You can move them at the same time. These are all depending on your preference. Good. What else can you do here? Okay, we are done with this. This is going to hold our KPI. So let's bring those data in. To bring the data in, we will go ahead and bring a text box. We use this text box. In this text box, right? Let us edit the text box itself and say no fill, and you come to your formula bar. We say equals to what? Equals to, you come here, equals to, you go to your analysis, equals to this, and press enter. What is it saying? Analysis, and press enter. We rename this one to, we can rename to, let's call it total sales. Total, let's call it total sales, and bold, give it, and white. You can center up total sales. Let's duplicate, Control C, Control Z, Control C, Control V to duplicate this. Another thing I'm offing, let me off the outline. I don't need an outline. No outline. Then we can repeat the same thing for this. Control C, Control C, Control V, Control C, Control V, and bring it here. You can use this format pane. Come here. The format pane for this. Control Z. Use the format pane. The format pane. Then you come here. Use it. Then you go back again. You do the same thing for this. The format pane. That's how. Oh, sugar. You need to be careful when doing this. It's still there. So just without wasting much of our time, outline, no outline, outline, no outline. So as it is, we are not done yet. And what is the name of the KPIs? Unit sold and average price, right? So we must total unit sold. This will be units sold, and the next one will be average price, average price, right? Or better still, you can even short average price. And then this one will now be total operating margin. Sugar. You need to be careful when doing this. Go back. Total operating margin, profit, operating profit, yeah, to accommodate this, we keep expanding. We work on this later. That is how we can go about it. And then let's add one more thing. Let's know our total operating. We can still add one more KPI to this. Let's go back to our analysis sheet and let us add total operating margin. Since we have profit, let's do that of margin as well. Right, this is it. The total operating margin with this. So let us add it to our KPI as well. This is becoming let's say total operating margin. So to keep things short, let me duplicate both this and this, Control C and Control V. Then we have it here. We have all of this, and then this one will now be total operating profit. Okay, profits, right? Huh? Let's do it that way, right? Okay, then we have this. We can reduce all of this. Let's reduce the size. So let's say 12. Okay. This is just one aspect, or let's see, let's increase everything to 12. So to be uniform. Okay. That's done, done, done. You can move them. This, yeah. You can always reduce this. You have to play this. So let's see the margin. Let's distribute. Control Z. Okay, good. It is making sense. Another thing we can do is we can add some icons here. If you want to make it more interactive, though, please just let's see total sales. Let's see if we can bring in some total sales. Total sales. We can just play around this. Okay. These are the things you can just play with anyway. I'm just saying, you can just play with them though. Just play with them. This picture itself now, you can remove the background of the picture. Does this speak well? No. Color. Actually, that is not, these are not necessary. I'm just showing you what is possible. So another thing we need to put here is let's put some demarcation line. Come to this place and let's put this line. And the shape is white. And how thick? I just have it. Make it straight. Right. So Control C V, Control C V. These are just extra things you do. Control C V. You just need to get this straight. Just get it straight though. Align. All right. So it shows this one is even too up. Yeah. Bring it down a bit. Okay. So one more thing we need to do here is it is taking shape. Let's duplicate this, Ctrl C and V. So this is coming here. What we do here now is this. We say equal this, and then we go back to our analysis. We want to bring in those values. And this cancel. Okay. Then we change this on to 3. That's how we bring in those values, right? So let me do this. Control C, V. So this will be, instead of, it will be 4. Pause here. Let's go back and check. Oh, 3. It's 3. There's nothing there. It should be 3. It will be C3. C3. Okay. It will be C3. This is the total units sold. Is that the total units sold? Let's check. Okay, this is our operating margin. Need to check. Oh, you should go to operating margin, right? Our operating margin, Control V. The total units sold should be what now? Our total units sold is D3. So you come to this place, change to D3, press enter. Can you see Control C and V? Average price, our average price is this. Average price is this, right? So F4. F, and press enter, right? So another method is this. Come to this place. We can bring all of these out. I will say equals to whatever is here. We press enter, right? And we can fill them as R. Oh, as Control Z and Control D. This we can now spread across. Why is it not working? Control E, Control R, Control Z. Okay, I don't want to. Okay, let's go back. Dashboard. You need to be patient when you're building dashboard though. Control C, Control V, and this is our operating margin. Our operating margin is profit. The profit now is this E3. So this will be E3. Okay, we are good. let us edit them at the same time. Highlighting them and formatting them at the same time. Change the color to Georgia. What is happening? My Excel is oof. My Excel. Editing white, bold. I might not decide to bold them. We can increase their font to be, let's say, 18. All right. I think this is actually looking good. Fine. So it is already making sense. These are all the KPIs. Going further, what else do we need to bring in? Then we need to start what? Working on this table here that says present vendor tables with relevant visuals. So what I'm doing here is that let's bring a shape here, or okay, let's bring a shape. Let's bring a shape here. I'm doing something. It's going to be, let's see. Let's see how it goes. Right. Same format. And what do we do? Outline, none. Um, shadow. Okay. Okay. So we are saying what? We want to bring in all this table here. We are trying to bring in all this table here, right? We want to bring them in. So we come back here. Let's give it a proper name. And let's call this one sales by products. And what are we giving it? Sales by products. You should give a bold name. It's okay. Then let's copy these. Where is this sales by product? And to do this, we come back to our dashboard. Okay. Although we say we adjust these ones later. Yeah, yeah, and let's format. Let's give it a lighter color. And we have a lighter color for this. Okay. And we call this one control one alignment. Let's make it center across board selection. So what are we typing here now? We say what says by products. Let's give it bold. Same thing as okay. This color is the color is not coloring. Okay, I think this is better. We can move this appropriately. Or let's get rid of this itself and let's have another here. Okay, here across. Let's have the same thing, but this one should be more right. I think this color is this same color. Okay, then whatever we have here will be control one, center across selection. Then what are we typing now? Yeah. So the format here is what we are giving. Is it control Y? And then we select this. Give the color, font color, Georgia, whatever font color that pleases you, not necessarily the same color I'm giving it. Then I'm getting rid of this. And what I do is we can adjust this a bit. We can adjust this a bit. All right. So I'm going now to bring in this this table, right? How do we do that? We say equals to, you come here, this, and press enter. So with this now, okay, and what do we have? Okay, up to this level, all right, good. Let us format this one, Control 1, okay, and this, let's make it just 2 decimal. So I can off this one and say what? Total. Now, let me highlight these folks over here and let's give it a background color. Can just give it a standard color. Give it a color. You can bold. Let us give it top and bottom border. Right? It is making sense. So this is going to be our, okay, let me go back and let me clear format. Oh, sugar. Let us clear all here. Let me clear all. And what I'm simply doing here is we go back and bring this color, right? And we say this one equals to what? This one will be products, and this one will be sales in 2022. Sales, and this one will be 2023 sales. And what else can we do? And bold. Let's give it bold. We need to be consistent. Let's give it. You must be consistent with your font. Georgia, or better still, use Aparajati. All right. And then to be centered. Okay. It is making sense, right? And to make it even more blend, we can say, sorry, let's highlight this, 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 highlight this. Let's give it color. Right. Okay. It's making more sense. Right. You can play with your color, better still, you reverse it the way it is, right? Now, what we are doing here is we want to bring in We want to know the difference, the variance. So we are bringing in our variance, which is simply the difference in words between the 2 years. So our variance will be this minus this, and that is the difference we can have, and this format here, yeah, give it here. So that is our variance, right? Now, one of the questions says that identify, it said present vendor tables with relevant visuals. So what are they simply saying? Now, let us bring in our words, our visuals here. We will do conditional formatting, then we will bring in our words, our data bars. We had our data bar. Let's put this or this. Let us do something. All right, I think this is okay. Let's say we change this one to 0. Can you see? So it is working. Fine. We are good with this. And you can also do percentage change depending on how you feel like, right? Then we call this one our variance, our what? Our variance. Then to edit, say, this and this. We are good to go. Let's get rid of this. We don't need this. Come to format, clear all, right? So we are done with one of these parts that says present vendor tables with relevant visuals. What else can we bring in here? Sales by vendor. Let's see how we can bring our sales by vendor. We have it somewhere around this place. These are the sales by vendor, right? So the same thing we did there, is what we are doing here. This is what's going to happen. What's going to happen? So we close this gap, right? Yes. And we can now have this. Let's see. Okay. Control C, Control V. Clear all. Why are we having this 0, 0? Because there are no datas here. No data yet. We change this one to, this one will not be retailers, right? And this data will be simply what? This, and you come back to this, press enter. The flash fill. How would it get in? Then I spread to Control R, and here we go. Because the format here has already been transferred there, so that's why you're having it. So there is nothing too special about this. Let us copy this format and put no, Control Z. And you need to be careful when you're doing your formatting. This will not be total, total, right? And what are I bringing in? Same thing goes there. Are we good now? Yes. Then we have to format this and this. All right. So sales by this will be sales by vendor, sales by vendors or by retailers. Sales by retailers. What else again are we told to do? So we can now move this. We can move this a bit. Yes, we can move this a bit. Okay, okay, good. Let us move this one now. Let us move this one. So we have to do, when you are developing your dashboard, it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time. You have to be very patient so that you can present a professional looking dashboard. Right. Uh, all right. It's okay. All right. This one in the middle. But okay. We will think, how is it doing? What's this guy doing? What's this guy doing? So this, the highlights. All right. All of this. All right. So it is not that straight, but you can just straighten it. Take your time. Yeah. Right. Okay. So what else? What are we bringing here? Do we still have any other table? How many tables do we have here? About 3 tables, right? We brought northeast. Hmm, do we need to bring that in? We need to bring that in. That might not be necessary though. And let's see what we can still do to cover this space. Mm, What can we do to cover this space? Okay. This, I'm going to edit this. I'm editing this. Control C. I'm bringing so to cover up this. Okay. Okay. I'm not okay with this space here. I'm looking for how I can fill this space. Okay, you know what? Let me insert let me format. I want to get rid of that space actually. Yeah. Then send to the back. All right. So this place has been filled. Okay. Yeah, I think we are good to go now. We are good to go. So something is still coming here. Oh, what else are we to do? Yeah, right. Okay. This now will bring this and center across selection alignments and then center across selection, press OK. And what am I putting here? We say what says by operating margin by quarter. So make it the right. I'm bringing a table there. So what are we bringing here? We are bringing in a table. Let me, this table here. This table. We are bringing in this insert. All right, this good. Here we have, this is what we were looking for. Okay, let us format this. For us to format this, we are changing this series 2 and click on this and go to change series chart type. We are changing the line chart, secondary axis, and press OK. Now, let us change this to reflect. Okay, it's okay. The next thing we will do here is we want to change the series name. We are changing the series name, right? So we say what? Format data series. No, select data, and we are changing the series name. And the series name for this is going to be what? It's going to be sales, press OK, and this is going to be what? Profit, operating what? Profit margin, and press OK. And we are good to go. The next thing we need to do here is let's get rid of this line, this grid line. I'm deleting the grid line, and let's select this marker and go to color. Let's change this to red, and the marker line, the marker option, we are using built-in. And what are we using? We can use any one of these. And then the color, we're not using picture. Then the color, we are using white. We are using white. What other things are we doing here? Transparency gradient. The border, no line for the border. So solid line. Yeah, it's okay. Others are with, yes, let's see. Okay, good. I think we are good to go. Let's see the number here. It's not properly formatted. Let us come here and come to this place, axis option, line, display units, labels, rights. Okay, we are using number. General, we are using number. Yes, nothing there. And okay, we are good to go. We are good to go. See, 0. Press enter. All right. I think this is all right now. And let us edit this one to be bold, change it to proper black. We can remove the chart title. We can remove the chart title. This, make it black. this, make it black, and then yeah, let us off the borders here. Fill, no line. Okay. Let's leave it there. Let's leave it there. And come here. So let us copy X and go to our dashboard. Where are we pasting it? We are pasting it here. Good. So what are we doing? This generally, I'm going to off the border, no border line. As you can see, and no fill as well. All right. Let's expand this. Let's expand this. I can take it to the top. This now, okay, press and let's take it to the top. This is at the top. At the top. So it's better. So what can we do? Let us expand this a bit. Let's expand this a bit. Okay, let's see how it look like. It takes time, right? Yes. It takes time to build. Let's hide all of this. Let's see. Show only tab. And let's see how it looks like. So this is how it's going to look like at the end of the day. So that's it. That's it. So all this can actually home, Georgia, so it reflects so that it will be uniform for uniformity. Home. Okay, we can make it Calibri. Let's make it Calibri. Everybody. It's making sense, right? Yeah. Um, all right. So it is making sense. Our dashboard is making sense. And the task says what we should, the dashboard must be dynamic to meet the CEO's expectation within single page. As it is, this dashboard is yet to be dynamic. So for us to make it dynamic, we need to bring in some slicers. And what are the uses of this slicer? The slicers can help you quickly and easily filter your data in PivotTable. It helps you to understand the data that you are extracting and also what displaying. So how do we bring in this slicer? Let's go back to our analysis here. You need to click on any one of these PivotTable and go to design, to PivotTable analyze, and bring in this slicer. So we can, let's say we are bringing in region. Remember, there is a question that says we should compare sales by what? By region. So we are using slicer. Instead of this word table here, we are using this slicer, and we want to see the year as well. So let's bring in this word, this year. These are the two slicers that will be making use. Let's see if it is working. As you can see, because we clicked on this, right, before we bring it, in order to bring this slicer, it is by default connected to this word, to this table. But what we wanted to do is that it should be connected to every other tables, even including our KPIs. So that is one method of bringing in a slicer. Another method of bringing a slicer is simply what? Coming to this, your pivot feet, you can right click any of your elements and add a slicer. Just like before, it will be what? It will still be the same thing because we brought it in using this region table here. So what we need to do now is it remains one. Let's bring in the other slicer. Let's click on this and go to pivot analyze and bring your slicer. We want to deal with the year. Good. We are making use of these two slicers to make our dashboard dynamic. So to do this, notice that we have some dates that are not useful. So let's remove dates that are not useful for us. To do this, you come to slicer and you have this this slicer settings. From the slicer settings, we can adjust it. We can adjust this from here, and that is one method. The second method is just simply right click on your slicer and you will see what slicer settings, bring in the slicer. Fine. So yeah, let's rename it to be years. Sales by year, year of sales, or sales by year. You can give it any name. Sales by year, right? And it says what? Hide items with no data. So we are making use of this and we click OK. As you can see, we no longer have those unwanted dates. Good. Another thing we can do here, let's see, we can edit this slicer. To edit your slicer, you have this contextual tab, and from here, This is telling you the characteristics, how many column, 1 column. You can make it 2 columns, you can make it 3 column, you can make it 4 column, you can make it 5 column, 6 column, 7 column, depending. So these are the things we can do. Even you can increase the height, you can reduce it, you can the width as well. You can do that. And what else can you do? All of those are the things we can do here, right? Let me edit this one as well. We can make it what now? We can make it 2. I want it to be 2. I want this to be 2. And I will go to click slicers and make it 2 column. I want to have it this way. I want to have it this way, right? Right. I want to have it this way. And what can we do now? Let's bring in our slicer. In order to remove the filtering, we can cancel there to get rid of that filter using the X. Multi-select is a multi-select filter. I see now. So let's see how we can connect these slicers to every other table. So do this, you come to slicers and you have this what? Reports connection. Or you come to your table here, analyze, and you will see this sorry, select your slicer, and you come to slicers and report connection. That is one method. Or you simply right click and report connection. So let us connect. We said we are connecting this to the KPIs, to the sales by. This is the table below. And let's see, do we need to connect to sales by region, sales by product? Do we need to see that? You might, depending. Sales by retailer. Should we? Might not actually connect it. Yeah, we can actually connect it. Let's do for product 2 then. And this one is going to be connected to our KPIs, only, right? Let's see and press OK. So let's bring in the 2, highlight and Control X to copy, to cut them. Go to your dashboard, and here we are pasting them now. And here we go. So this is where we are placing them, and they are going to be formatted in this place. So place it here, and then let's see what we can do. All right, cancel. Let's see if this is working. Can you see when we press 2, you see the variance, they are negative, no product, no sales for this year. So this is how we can cancel. Let's see Midwest. Can you see it is changing? The data are what? They are changing. It is now, this is what we are talking about. This is what is called dynamic dashboard. So let's get rid of this. We are going to disconnect this from this table here. So we go back to slicers, and what we simply need to do is to come and get rid of it from here. I think we are okay. we are good to go. We can as well connect it to this table. So to do this, let's go back to this slider and come back here and says, let's make it, let's connect it with this. And let's see how it goes. All right. 2022, 2023. Let's remove the filter. No need. Let's get rid of it. Don't let us connect it with it. So, because one of the rule is that when you're designing a dashboard, you make it simple. To make it simple so that it will not be too convincing. Don't make your dashboard too complicated. That is why I am trying to not to make this dashboard complicated to the board. So you have to put all of those into consideration. So it is better we keep it to be simple. I think this is much better. You can see the trend. See the trend. Okay. It is good. And here too, we can say settings. We can keep items with no data. And if we get rid of this, let's see what will happen. Item with no data. There are no data there. Right? All right, we are good to go. So what else can we do here is, let's see the way we can format to blend this. What do we need to do? Simply say words. Let's see how we can format this. Go to slicers and come to these words. This is where we can do all these settings here, right? These are the slicers settings we have. You can change the color. You can see, you can change the color, right? And new slicer settings. Format. The fill color should be lighter. Font needs to be consistent with your font. Okay. Format. Let's do the same thing. Georgia. Like I said, if you take your time when designing a dashboard, Georgia, then color. This is automatic color. Just pick any color. Just make sure I was trying to do color. Okay. Let's see how it look like at the end of the day. Oh yeah. It's not looking too good. We can still go ahead. I'm not too satisfied with it. The whole slicer. Do I want an outline? No. Okay. Format. I need to edit. You can always play with it. I'm just playing with all of this. But free color. Let's see if we can have. So I'm still not. Let's see what we can do. All right, I think it is brighter now. So it is brighter now. Let us go to slider. It is brighter now. And for the O slicer border, Let's see what we can do. Unselected with data. Unselected with data. Can we have a brighter color? Yeah. Okay. I think it's making sense now. It's making sense. So let's customize the header now. The header is dark. The fill color should be white. And then let's make it and make it more bolder. Yeah. Okay. When hovering hovered selected with data, I want it white. I want the fill color to be white. Okay. And let's see what we have now. Let's see. Mm, no, this is what we have. So you can just play with this. We want it brighter. So this is how it look like. Is that what we can do? I think let's go with this then. Or can we make it, why not selected? Is it making sense? Let's see if it's making sense. All right. Um, so I just set this as default. So slicer, but it's too dark, right? It is not appealing. Let's see what happened. Let me see the header. Can we do something to the header? Let's make it Georgia. Georgia. So this is how you can work with slicer to make it dynamic. So let's put some instructions here, right? Let's put some instructions here, like insert text box. We are putting a text box here that says words. Use the slicers to interact with the dashboard. So beginning and I'm making it white, format picture, no fill, outline, no outline, and I'm making bold. Yeah, I think it's okay this way. So we have given them some information that they can work with. And we can make it more bigger. So let's bring an object. We want to tell them that they can, what's it called, filter this using this button. They can cancel using the button. So to help to guide our user, let's bring in smart objects. What are we bringing? Let's see what we can bring in any of these objects. With this should suffice. No, insert. Next, one of these arrow. Will any of these arrow work? Smart. Let you have 3D icon, shape. It's not this. I'm trying. We want to tell them that they can filter this. And there's an object. Okay, here we have it. The object field should be white. Should be white. Okay. So Alt C clears the filter. So you can bring this one a little bit down. So this is like you guiding the users. So we can lock both this item and come to view and protect. Edit objects. And let's set some password 1111. Press OK. 1111. Okay. So what else do we need to do here? Can we even make this one? Let's give it a separate color like true. Okay. Can leave it. Then can say this one is an executive dashboard. Okay. What else? We are not done yet. It remains another slicer, uh, which is says by state, right? This top 10 performing states. Insights. Let's go to insert what? Pivot charts. Let's use the bar. We are not using the stack bar. Insert. Insert. Which of these? Okay. We can go to this place and say insert what? Okay, we need to remove the year invoice and say what are we inserting, and it is okay. I think bar will be okay for us. This will be okay. All right. So let's get rid of all of this. Okay. hide all button from charts. So let's see what we are doing with this. We can get rid of this and say what data labels in front, and here we say what control 1. Okay, let's see values for sugar. Control Z, the numbers, custom, we are using custom number. This custom number will not be in 1,000. Okay, and we just do top 5. See the dashboard, and let's change the fill color to this, and let's say 75, 75, 75. Let's get rid of this, and we invert all right. Okay, we are getting rid of that. Can we do, let's filter the top 5. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Fill, no fill, border, no line, Control X. Let's place it here on our dashboard. It's bringing it. Bringing it here. So what do we do here? Somehow challenging here. Proceed. Get rid of that. How can we do here? Let's change this one to white, and data value to white, right? Is it making sense? let us connect this to this. So we go to report connection. Ordinary this pivot table. Okay, it is the pivot table 5. And let's remember says by state, says by states, right? So we can go back here and slicer, and let's connect it to says by state. Okay. And better still, let's format now. Go to design, format, or format shape, the bars to be white. No. Do Z. Okay. A little bit too light. I think this is okay. Um, yeah. I can expand this a little. No, to accommodate this. Shift this. And we'll call this one says by states. Control C. Okay. Name this one as says by top 10 performing states. Top 10 says by states. Can make it bold. Yeah. Bring it to the middle. Make it bigger. It bigger. All right, so we can make it bigger. So clear this Alt C, we clear this. You can see, and executive summary. So we can another thing we can do here is to give this a name. Executive executive summary. Then make it bold. Make it bold. Make it parallel. Yeah. So it is making sense. You can put last updated. You can put what? Last updated. Good. Today is what? As at the time of this recording, 4/20/2024. Okay, so right, you're good to go. All of these row can be minimized. Yeah, I think we are good to go. So you are done. You are done. You can protect this sheet as it is. Everything is working fine. Let's see. Let's see. Cancels this, or you simply use this. So you have to test everything, whether everything is working perfectly well before sending your report. All right, so we are good as it is. We are good. Yeah, we are good. So this is how you develop a dashboard in Excel. I hope you like it so you can replicate this and upload on your resume. So I'm expecting you to write your report on this as part of your final project. All right. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Everything you have to test everything whether it is working perfectly. You can put your name here, whatever, just to make sure. So this is the dashboard, executive summary. So it is looking perfectly well. And how can you protect this sheet? You can simply one. Okay, let's say I can protect go to data or view, protect. So whatever you don't want them to do, you click it. You don't want them to format the cells, you don't want them to format the column, rows, insert rows, delete column, delete rows, edit scenarios, and you go ahead and put a password there. So whatever you have protected this sheet. So these are it works. Highlight and Alt C. Highlight and Alt C. All right. So this is how it works. All right. You can go ahead and share this, or all of these elements. You can copy it and paste it in your words. PowerPoint. So I'm good to go. Save your work, and you are good. You are good to go. All right. You can screenshot this.